a dark zombie night. Come prepared for a fright. It's a dark zombie night. Tales of death we won't buy. It's a dark zombie night. Come prepared for a fright. It's a dark zombie night. Tales of death we won't buy.
What is up, everybody? Testing 1, 2, 3. Welcome to the RPD. My name is Barry, as in, where's Barry? I've got my water. Get your water, get your soap, get your hands washed, get your toilet paper, because that's all you need right now. Maybe get some milk. I haven't drank milk in since I was 5, but apparently it's the number one thing people need to buy now. So I think we're ready if we need to, drink water or wipe our butts. But the reason we're here tonight is because Capcom has officially released the date of the Resident Evil 3 demo release, and it's in frickin' 4 days. Same thing happened with Resident Evil 2 release. They told us a demo was coming. They didn't say anything for a couple weeks, and then a few days before it came out, they announced it. I think it was originally, I think they may have even moved it up a day to Thursday instead of Friday, but maybe not. I think they might have, but they should have moved it up to today, because today is kind of the big day. Everybody's going to kind of start hanging out, at least in the United States they are. But it's okay. Thursday, we can wait. So today on this episode, we are going to talk about the demo, and then we're going to talk about other things. It's a little different. This episode is a little bit, we don't have too much new information. All we have is some demo info, which is barely anything. So maybe it'll be a shorter episode. We'll talk about things that you want. So in the chat, just try to stay on the topic, and then at the end, we'll try to go over some of the different things. First off, let's start off how we always start off, or when I don't forget. Let's see some emojis in the chat and how you're feeling right now in terms of anything. Resident Evil, being stuck at home, having to work. How you guys feeling? Let's get a feel of the chat with those smiley faces, so I can catch my breath. And I just woke up. Ugh. Roland feeling strong. Kitty Cat feeling grateful. Great White with some hearts. Dallas with some eye hearts. Zach with some star hearts. HR Zone, what's going on? Couple of the Zom Squad. If you guys want to join the Zom Squad, just click on the link in the description. And don't forget to follow on social media as well, because when the demo comes out, we're going to be doing so much stuff on social media. Axon Tam, guy from Walgreens, what's up? Nate with some skulls. Ground by Rules crying. Axon with the zombies. Nico with the ghost faces. Ghost face claw. All that I want is you. Is that even the song? Dexter with the 11 knock knocks. What's going on, Dexter? Thanks. Let's get some hype in the chat for Dexter. That is crowns. That is Norwegian crowns. Woo! All right, now I'm pumped up because I drank this. All right, how do I even do this? Boom! We don't have too many slides today, but this is it right here. Thursday, March 19th, 2020. That is when the demo is coming out. So the big questions are, when is the demo coming out? In terms of timing. Great question. So there's a couple different things. Midnight is one thought. Sometimes it comes out midnight West Coast, and we're going to talk about the United States first, which would be 3 a.m. Eastern. And a couple of the different demo and other releases actually kind of came out at weird different times. So, just pay attention at the normal times. But so on Wednesday, and then sometimes the UK gets it early, sometimes they don't. Sometimes Japan gets it early, sometimes they don't. Sometimes Australia gets it early. I don't know. There's already people posting online that they're going to be playing it before everyone else because they have an Australian account. Like, it's that hard to do that. But I'm not sure if that's actually how they're going to release it or not. And yeah, so starting on Wednesday, I'll be on this channel at least. We'll be ready to play it all night long. Wait, we've got something for that. Oh, I erased it. I erased the all night long sound bit and switched it with full screen on my buttons here. So sadly, we don't have all night long. And Braden says the video description said daylight, and assume they meant it's sunrise. So that is just a reference to Resident Evil 3. I don't think it's a reference to the actual time of the demo release. In Resident Evil 3, the first scene is like September 27th, daylight. The zombies have overtaken the city. Maybe it's not September 27th. You guys can correct me on that and tell me I'm the horrible fan, but I don't really care what exact date it was that it started, but I feel like it's September 27th. Sounds right. 28th? Yeah, 28th. Whatever, man. You're not a real fan. You're not a real fan, man, if you got the day off by 1. Yeah, after I turn off YouTube and stuff, like, I go out into the world and stuff. I don't just sit around, like, scribing my old calendars for Resident Evil. By the way, ResidentEvil.net, if you ever want a calendar, they have one with, like, the whole timeline. It's really annoying because it takes forever to get to it through ResidentEvil.net. You have to, like, click all these clicks. And I don't think it's super amazing, but it'll give you some of the dates on that. But, yeah, September 28th is pretty much the #1 date that Resident Evil people should know. And I have no idea. No, I had an idea. I'm drinking some kind of Snowball iced tea. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I basically was sleeping. I woke up. I go, oh no, the live stream, it started without me. And then I ran over, grabbed some Snowberry, grabbed my toilet paper. I didn't know what to do. I don't know if we're going to have a demonstration on how to use this because you're only supposed to use it for one reason, but I guess people are using it for more than one reason, or I don't know what they're doing. They're wrapping their blankets in it. I don't know. Some people are maybe they just have to go a lot, but it's kind of embarrassing when you see a lady at the store and she has 13 packages of toilet paper, which is like 500 rolls, and she's like, poor lady. Her life is horrible. That's all I think when I see those people. Zigzag says lady could make a dress out of TP. That's cool. Okay, so the #1 question on the demo is, will it have a timer? In Resident Evil 2 Remake, there was a timer. It was called the no demo. What the heck's going on, bro? Woo! It's called the... It was called the one-shot demo, and basically how Resident Evil 2 worked was you could play it for 30 minutes. So as soon as you start the demo on your computer or whatever, actually I feel like it was PS only at first. As soon as you turn it on, you had 20 minutes, maybe it was both. And the timer, or 30 minutes, the timer started, and you could play it as much as you wanted in 30 minutes. So technically you could probably beat it. I think I beat it in 2 minutes just for fun, so you could beat it, 10 times within that time limit. But as soon it was an aggregate time limit. If you died, it was okay, but the time limit wouldn't start over. And when it hit 30 minutes, the game locked you out. There was a lot of ways around it. People were making fake accounts. If you have a PC, there's always some kind of a thing that, people figure out how to go on the back end of the PC and make it the timer break. So there was that. People figure on PC how to jump over walls and break the game. So that's something you're going to look for here. It's going to happen. People are going to be over the walls and maybe finding other spoilers outside of the boundaries of the game. Capcom did not like this. They gave somebody a strike for doing it. They shut down a certain channel. They shut down a certain channel for doing it, sort of, not really, but I'll tell you that some other day. But yeah, so it's coming out on Xbox, it's coming out on PlayStation, and it's coming out on PC. So it's going to be on all that stuff. There's not going to be a time limit. And the PC people are going to possibly try to data mine it. So Resident Evil 2, I don't think anything really came out of the data mine except some items. Yeah, because so in the Resident Evil 2 demo, I remember using the computer, you could get all the items that were programmed in. So yeah, all the items were actually revealed when the demo came out, but not as many spoilers as Resident Evil 7 with basically the whole storyline came out. Not during the demo, but during one of the ending demo. Anyway, before the game came out, that maybe it was the final demo. But the Resident Evil 2 was a little better, but all the items were in it. I'm hoping that Resident Evil 3 demo is different from that, and they don't program everything in. It seems like they got better from 7 to 2 remake, so maybe it'll be better, maybe not. Just be careful if you're like, I don't want to know if the fire hose is in the game. It's going to probably be revealed, some of the items that are in the game, maybe some of the weapons, if there's anything new, but we won't cover that stuff unless Capcom talks about it on this one. But all the other channels will have videos and stuff on, all spoilers and data mine leaks and stuff like that. So if you're really into that, check that out. Check them out. You've already seen thumbnails of like one-shot demo, like people were putting that on their thumbnails, like just to get clicks or whatever. Before, but no, it's not a one-shot demo. If you Google Resident Evil demo, you'll see all these people who tried to get you to watch their videos, and it kind of clogs up the search. So every search you do today for Resident Evil demo, it's gonna pick up these old videos, and they're gonna say maybe it's one shot, but it's not a one shot. So don't just look at thumbnails to think that. I think my thumbnail even said one shot ? But it didn't say like one shot. Anyway, Billy, welcome to the Crimson Army. If you guys are enjoying the stream or want to know more, click on the subscribe. And basically what happened is, let me give you my background. I started a business less than a year ago, so we're all in the first year. That's why I was off YouTube for like 7 months, just hardcore into the business. And then kind of figured everything out, got all my clients. Kind of now it's almost like a normal kind of job now, instead of necessarily working so much or some weird hours and stuff. But this, this outbreak thing is making people shut down things. I actually do still have a lot of jobs lined up, but I think I'm going to have more time to kind of hang out for 2 weeks to a month. And so we're really going to, when the demo comes out, I'm going to just go into that like hardcore. I'm going to play it a billion times. I'm going to find all the Easter eggs, all the secrets. So yeah, coming up, starting this Wednesday night, we're going to have a lot of content on this channel and on social media specifically. Where's Barry B? Anthony says, glad they changed it. One shot was whack. Yeah, the one shot was kind of annoying. People are like, who cares? You could just start new accounts. But I'm not a computer person, or like, I like a PlayStation. You plug it in, you play it, and now you have to download stuff. But I'm old, so whatever. But it was really annoying for me to figure out how to make a new PlayStation account in Japanese, allegedly. And then on the computer, it was annoying. I actually learned how to go into the code and make adjustments, and it's just I need my time back from that. I spent so much time learning how to read the code of the demo. It's kind of crazy how it works. I'm sure some of you know how to do that, but I basically could go into the code and pick an item and just put it into her thing by reading hexadecimal numbering and stuff. It's crazy. Let's see. see what else we got on our slides here. So today 4 new screenshots came out. The first one is this one here, which is nothing new. It's I didn't really zoom in, but it looks like the exact footage from the media demo. And I guess also today a demo trailer came out. It was a mini trailer. It basically had 3 clips in it, and everything is going to be shown in these screenshots. It wasn't a full trailer, and it was half Project Resistance. It was basically just like the demo's coming here. Here's 2 clips. And this is one of the new screenshots. So what you'll notice here in this screenshot is what's in the background. Who knows in the chat what we're seeing here in the background? So basically, we are looking at the fire hydrant. And in Resident Evil 3, you had to go and find a hose. You needed to find a wrench to get a hose to put into the wall with the fire hydrant in the wall to put out the flames. And as soon as you put out the flames in the original game, Nemesis shows up, right? If you didn't kill him previously, Nemesis will show up at that moment. And it looks like here, she's right there. The fire hydrant is right below her. The gate behind her, she enters a gate to come in. A gate is blocked with some water. So it looks like this is right at the point where she used the hose. And now the fire's out. And now Nemesis might show up right in front of her. And this is what I believe to be the ending of the demo. We don't know. So the big question is, what does the demo consist of? And let me pull it up here real quick. Basically, what Resident Evil, the official Capcom, said was it's a small slice of the game. JK, thanks for the $2. First Nemesis encounter. Yeah, and I don't know if it's the first encounter, but it's definitely a Nemesis encounter. And we're basically thinking that Nemesis is not going to be in the demo, but that I'm thinking that it's going to end here. So you're going to play it from the subway station. Now, I'm assuming when we're talking here that everybody watched the media demo and watched last episode, or watched the last episode where we went through the media demo. But she started in the subway. Kat from Capcom played. The Japanese people from Capcom played. They both had live streams of that gameplay, and we went over it for a whole week. It basically starts in the subway, just walks up and down the streets, and it kind of end it right there for them. And we're thinking it might be the similar type of stuff. And we're thinking that, and I'm thinking that at the end of the demo, Nemesis shows up in a cutscene. And they're like, well, fight Nemesis for real when the real game comes out on April 3rd. So that's what I'm kind of feeling like, that we might be looking for that fire hose. And when we find the fire hose and we put out the fire, cutscene, demo ends, Nemesis, buy game, April 3rd, blah, blah, blah. So that's just a thought on that. This is the other screenshot, the other big screenshot, and it shows Nemesis here getting a zombie. There's also a little clip in the trailer, so it's like, 1 second. So you can see more frames, and you can see more what happens. Basically, the zombie's actually facing forward. So it looks like he's doing what he did to Brad in this picture here. And in the original Resident Evil 3, he takes Brad and he sticks his hand on his face and then puts the claw through him. It kind of looks like he's doing a similar move here to the zombie, except it's not just like going through, it's like overtaking his head. And now, here is the interesting quote from somebody who played the game from Rock, Paper, Shotgun, which is a media site. They actually played that media demo. And here's what they said. They said that Nemesis has a new move that empowers regular zombies. So his words were empowers regular zombies, and the internet went wild with this, oh, he takes them, he throws them, he does. we don't know what the move is, and if you read the rest of the quote, he's trying to make a joke about the embargo, basically Capcom. So, all right, let's see. So when Resident Evil 2 came out, they sent me a review copy that I get to play early. When they send me that copy, they send me a bullet list of things that I'm not allowed to say. So for Resident Evil 2, it was a pretty short list. It said, don't tell anyone that Ada kisses Leon. I think it said, don't talk about the weapon unlockables in the game. There were like a bunch of little like things that they sent me. And that's what happens when they send the media demo. They send them a bullet list, and it says, don't talk about this, 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 and this. And if you do, you're breaking your disclosure agreements, and we can sue you or shut you down, or I don't know. So this guy was... And that's why in the parentheses I put "you just did," because he's like, it's something I can't mention. It's like, you just mentioned that Nemesis has some kind of special move where he empowers zombies. Sure, you didn't tell us exactly what it was, but if I was Capcom, I'd be pissed at this, because this is definitely breaking the NDA, and nobody else mentioned it except him. This was also the same guy that mentioned that there was QuickTime events in the game, and what he meant was, he said the word QuickTime event, and everybody went crazy. And what he meant was, there's like a part where there's a vent, and you have to open it. So it's like press A a bunch to open this vent. So it wasn't like, necessarily like a Resident Evil 4 style. It was just like open the vent. In Resident Evil 2 Remake, when you were moving a bookcase, you had to hold down a button. So I think it's kind of like that, just to open a door or something. We might have to mash a button here and there. But the thing that everybody has been spreading is they think what's going to happen is Nemesis is going to touch these zombies somehow, and then they're going to turn into hyper zombies. In Resident Evil 3, the original game, there were zombies, and then there were the ones that ran like twice the speed, and they were really annoying. And they're even still annoying when I play, and you can play through the whole game without saving and stuff, and beat it 1,000 times, and those zombies are still annoying because they're randomized too. It's not always the same zombie. So one of the things we think Capcom is going to be doing is trying to incorporate some of these old-fashioned things that don't seem to work in the new one, although hyper zombies would seem to work. But it looks like they're really staying true with a lot of little tiny things for the game. So we're thinking maybe Nemesis will make them turn into that hyper zombie or something. It actually looks, let's go back to that full screen there, because this is what I noticed before, is that kind of looks like his head is turning into like a liquor or something. How about that? What if he did that and turned him into a liquor? That's not really going to happen, but I don't think that would really happen. But that's one of the things I thought. Like, what if he's turning him in? And somebody in the chat mentioned Crimson Head, JC. Yeah, what if he's turning him into a Crimson Head, which were the hyper zombies from Resident Evil 1 Remake. And then you'll get the LWs, the lore Ws, they will come in and they'll say, it can't be a Crimson Head. The lore says the strain of them. It's a video game. It could be anything. But, yeah, he could just be killing this zombie. Because, like I said, I was thinking that the end of the demo might be like just Jill running into Nemesis in a screenshot. And in order for us as fans and players to see Nemesis without actually putting him into the demo, they might show him off killing a zombie to show us what he's going to do to Jill. So as a movie director, ending the scene with like Nemesis showcasing his death move without doing it on Jill would be a cool way to go. But I don't see why they couldn't let us fight Nemesis in the game, though. I think it's not as going to be a surprise. We've already seen some clips of it. Maybe they don't want to give away all his moves, but I don't see why we couldn't fight a Nemesis in the demo. I don't know. What's up, Residents of Evil? What's up, Nate, Sam, Rob? What's going on? Let me pull up the PlayStation blog real quick. So go to PlayStation blog, Resident Evil 3 demo. The two sources that came out today were the official Capcom blog and the PlayStation blog. Those are like real actual sources, and the PlayStation blog had a better article. You'll find it on like Game Rant and stuff in between their stories about microtransactions and things like that. You'll find them just going over the demo stuff. But the real site to look at is PlayStation Blog. That's the best one. And I don't think it said Nemesis is chasing you throughout the demo. Whoever said that, but if it did say that, send me a tweet on that. And yeah, so there's nothing much in the PlayStation Blog. It basically goes over everything, and we'll go over the thing that it actually did tell us here at the end, or here in the next couple slides. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of implying that Nemesis is always chasing you in the game, but I don't know that he'll be just in the demo chasing you the whole time. I don't think that's right. And it's not a timed demo. I'll just say that every like 6 minutes. Maybe I should put it on the screen. Kat who works at Capcom, every time she posted anything, people were like, when's the demo? When's the demo? When's the demo? And then she's like, here's the demo. And they're like, is it time? Is it time? Is it time? Where's Resident Evil 4? That's the next one. Everybody commented on her thing. Where's Resident Evil 4? I'm not even playing it. I'm waiting for Resident Evil 4 Remake. Okay. Enjoy that. See you in 10 years. We'll be playing Resident Evil 3 Remake. You'll be sitting at home just waiting there with your toilet paper in your hand. But the day that April 3rd, when this game comes out, people are going to be playing it. You might do your own live streams, whatever. People are going to come into your chat and they're going to say, when's Resident Evil 4 Remake coming out? It's going to happen. Happened during RE2. All right. This is my favorite part because it's kind of a dumb part. And it's one of the things where the realism of the game disappears and Resident Evil becomes a video game. So Resident Evil 7 and 2 Remake, I thought they were 7 especially. I was like, whoa, this is cool. It's like horror. It's like realistic. It's like, what? I have to shoot a bobblehead? Like all out of nowhere. Like, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's fun to look for things in games. I mean, Where's Waldo is like the greatest book of all time. And now we get Where's Waldo in video games because you have to find stuff. But here's the interesting thing about this guy. So his name is Mr. Charlie because they have to name everything Mr. In Resident Evil 2, it was this guy, Mr. Raccoon. In Resident Evil 7, it was Mr. Everywhere. I don't have a picture, not pictured. He had a same thing, a bobblehead with a guy with a football helmet. Not sure exactly why. Jack Baker played football, I think, and Lucas liked football. Not sure why it was that. This guy makes sense because he's the big head on top of the store in the game called Toy Uncle. This is him. I guess his name is Mr. Charlie. He's the mascot. And looks like, Bob's Big Boy. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that restaurant. Pretty sure they had a joke about it in Austin Powers. But that's also old for some of you people. You people. So here's the cool part about the demo. There's going to be 20 of these guys in the demo. So in Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 2 Remake, I don't think there was a raccoon in the demo anywhere. But for this one, they're specifically putting 20 of them into the game that you can collect. And the first question is, there's 20 of them in this little tiny space of the game. That's weird. Are there going to be 100 in the main game? I would think no. I would think they're just actually throwing them into the demo on purpose. But that's going to add some replayability to the demo as well as not having a timer, stuff like that. Residents of Evil says, like collectibles and hidden items, like unlocking the toys in RE4. Oh, was there like snow globes in one of them? I get addicted to the unlocking of items part. Like there's something like a obsessive compulsive, like I need to complete this. And that's where most of the video game rage comes from my end. Like, why am I playing this on hardcore, in under 2 hours? Like there's no reason to except that there's like a checkbox that drives me crazy and I want to check it. Like, why did I spend... I probably shortened my life by exploding brain cells by playing that one where you're in the gas station. You have to shoot all the 100 enemies and get the cat ears. And you know what I did with the cat ears? I didn't do anything with the cat ears. I put them on for an Instagram picture, and then I was like, well, I'm never playing this again because that was the last part of Ghost Survivors to beat, the last like challenge. And once I beat that, I was like, all right, I'm never playing this game again. And I haven't. And I never will. Even if and by the way, stop sending me emails. For $500, I'm still not going to beat the no shot out for you or whatever it's called. Because first of all, I can't. And they got so lucky. So lucky. And it's just bad for your health to play that. What else was we going to talk about on this guy? Resident Evil 7 demo. So if you beat the secret thing in Resident Evil 7 demo, which was amazing, some of you weren't around back then or didn't really get into the demo that as much as just playing it. But there was this weird thing when the final demo came out. If you don't remember, Resident Evil 7 came out in different releases of the demo where new things were unlocked, which was really awesome. And the final one, there was basically this weird thing where you point a finger at a wall and then it moves, and then you do that 5 times. And I don't know how people figured it out, but basically everybody in the Resident Evil community was playing the demo at the same time and talking about it on Discord and Twitch and Reddit and working together and like going into chats. Hey, this guy did this. Go do this. And then basically within like a few hours, people had solved the puzzle. And the final part of the puzzle was you picked up a coin. And the coin you picked up at the end of the Resident Evil 7 demo actually transferred into the actual Resident Evil 7 game. So if you beat the demo, you start at Resident Evil 7 with a special coin. And that special coin did really basically nothing. But it happened. It transferred over. Resident Evil 2 Remake demo, nothing transferred over. But we did learn basically how to beat most of the RPD, where all the items were hidden, where most of the codes were. And by the time we picked up Resident Evil 2 and the demo and stuff, we could beat it really quickly and knew where everything was. Now, they did change from Resident Evil 2 Remake demo to Resident Evil 2 the game a couple of the combos on the locks, but other than that, it was kind of the same thing, same location. So this might be similar to RE2, where you play this demo so much, it's not going to be the beginning of Resident Evil 3 or the end. It's going to be somewhere in probably towards the beginning. But you're going to maybe play this so much in 2 weeks that you memorize it, and by the time you get to it in the game, you know exactly what to do, you know exactly where to look. And it'll be interesting if they actually move the items around, because you'll get to this part and you'll be like, oh, I know where this is, and then they moved it this time. So they might do that because I think they're entering these bobbleheads in separately and just for the demo. I think you might find it to be different in the real game when you get to the real game in terms of some of the items and stuff, but I don't know. All I know is I'm going to be playing it for hours and hours. To the point where people are like, dude, why are you playing this game? There's nothing left to do. You've killed every zombie. You've found every item. Must play Resident Evil. Adam says they should give us something, like maybe a secret handgun or something. Yeah, Capcom did not say no more remakes after Resident Evil 3. In fact, never mind. But that's just a fake thing that's been spreading. They may said not anytime soon or something like that. I don't exactly remember, but they didn't say no remakes. Our company turned around and made so much money on all these remakes. We quit forever. Sure, they're gonna do that. Yeah, so they could give you something to start. The other thing that happened in these previous games was if you pre-order Resident Evil 7, you got some kind of survival pack. Comes with one herb, one whatever. And different stores actually had different survival packs, or different countries maybe. Yeah, it might have been different countries. But I don't know. I was supposed to get one from GameStop. I didn't want to start the game with extra items. I wanted to start how you're supposed to start. But the coin was okay. So maybe they'll do something like that where they give you like a special, you start with an extra green herb or something. They could give you like one of these samurai edges. One of the surprising things, in my opinion, for Resident Evil 2 Remake was how many weapons there were and how many extra samurai edges there were. But we kind of knew that going in advance because it was part of the pre-order. I guess I'm going to have to pre-order this game to get those costumes. Did anybody pre-order online? Can they do it that? Do I have to go to GameStop and get infected to do this? I didn't really think about actually buying the game, and it's coming up here in 2 weeks, so I should probably do that at some point. I'm assuming I'll be able to buy the costumes later, maybe. It feels like it would be a real crappy maneuver to not give the it's not a blimp from Grand Theft Auto. Like, I still have like 3 cards that says you get a free blimp. It could be something like that. Yeah, I won't pre-order it until the day before the game comes out, or whenever the final moment is that I'm allowed to do that. Oh, by the way, did everybody give away their copy of... So Resident Evil 7 pre-order also came with a free DVD or a free digital download of like Resident Evil Apocalypse or some movie, or I don't know if it was a CG movie or one of the real movies. So everybody's receipt from if they got it at GameStop had like a free RE7 or RE movie thing on it. And so that first week of the game, I would say at least 40 people emailed me their receipt and were like, "Hey man, give this away." And I'm like, "I can't give it away. Nobody wants it. I have one myself. Nobody wants this code." So that was kind of funny. Some of you probably actually did download that, but I just thought it was funny how many emails I got with people like giving away that code. And that guy Wario, he gives away codes. People sent him a bunch of them too. What up, Terps? Welcome to the Crimson Army. Yeah, I can't remember. Whatever movie came out around Resident Evil 7 time. Yeah, and that's basically... When did we start this thing? This is kind of like a... What else do we have here? And then I'll read you exactly what Capcom blog. Capcom said about what the demo is going to be. Like we said earlier, the media demo starts in the subway. You're coming up out of the subway onto the streets of Raccoon City. And at that point, you kind of navigate the streets. There were 2 or 3 buildings that were open for the media demo, that the media went inside, that Capcom did not let them talk about or did not let happen in the playthrough. So Kat was playing the game, and there was a door she could go in, but she wasn't allowed to go in, but it was open. And it ended just in that kind of center area right where all the zombies were, right in front of the Toy Uncle store. So we're not sure if it's going to take place similar to that. It seems like it. The demo is also called... Oh gosh, Resident Evil, good point. The demo is also called Raccoon City demo, so I think that's talking about the streets of Raccoon City. So I think we have pretty much a good idea. It's just, when is it going to end? I feel like it's going to end at the fire hydrant. The substation in the game where we saw it in some of the clips, actually is beyond that firewall. That's an interesting word. According to, I don't know, the people that played it, whatever. So I think it's going to end there, and I don't think we're going to get to play the substation part. But I don't know. If we did, that would be an extended area bonus. That would be a bonus. But I feel like they're going to keep us in that area that we've seen. I think they're going to lock some of the side doors that may not be locked in the real game. And again, the big question is, will we actually get to fight Nemesis? Will it just be a cutscene at the end? We'll have to wait till Thursday to find that out, or Wednesday night. Not sure. All right, so here's what Capcom says. It says, featuring a slice of the full game, blah, 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 blah. It may be a demo, but you'll need to conserve your ammo and items if you want to stand a chance of surviving. And then they said, we don't want to spoil the fun of letting you explore the demo on your own, so we're not going to say anything else. And that was Capcom's comment on what the demo would be. They want it to be a secret, but also the trailer showed 3 scenes that were in that Raccoon Street area. And then, yeah, basically the PlayStation blog just basically talks about the game and what Jill's doing. She's in a horrible situation, blah, 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 blah. And then, so here's the other thing, Resident Evil Resistance. I don't even have a slide for it. We'll just put the raccoon guy on there. Resident Evil Resistance is also going to be able to be played early, and that is coming on March 27th. They're calling it an open beta. I don't know why they're calling it that. I'm pretty sure beta testing is something that you do with an unfinished form of the game so that they can get feedback and use that feedback to create the real version of the game. But maybe the open beta they're doing is the same old version of the game. So perhaps it's the same version that they released before that doesn't have all the masterminds and stuff in it. Because I believe there was also a video, and I'm sleeping on Resistance so much I didn't even watch the Resistance trailer or screenshots. They did really. Let's actually look it up. I'm pretty sure that they released another 15 screenshots from, let's see, Resident Evil Resistance. Okay, they just kind of focused on the mastermind guy, Daniel whatever, who basically we call him Fesker, Fake Wesker. They released a new picture of him. And let's see, screenshots. No, they didn't release new screenshots. So that's all they did. So all they did was release a new picture of the guy? Weird. So here's the other thing that happened to me this week. So there's all these Easter eggs in the game from the Outbreak series. So I said, you know what? Let's just figure it out. Let's play Outbreak. It's been 84 years. It was basically been 84 years since I played Outbreak. I played it whenever it came out. Let's see, Outbreak. Release date. Resident Evil Outbreak came out in 2003. So I haven't played it since 2003. And my God, is it a terrible game. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, it's horrible. It does not stand up. I kind of knew that. That's why I was never playing it. It was always in my head. I remember the loading times were slow and blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, it is. Oh, it's terrible. But once you get used to it, it's actually pretty cool. So it's like the game is bad, but it's also cool. I like that you're in Raccoon City, you're part of the story of the Outbreak, all that stuff. But the actual, every door you go in, it takes 3 times as long as a door in the regular game, and that's most of the problem. And then just the graphics and your friends are constantly they're constantly talking and stuff like that. But yeah, I didn't play it online, which does look like fun. I watched Resident Evil play it. I watched Kat used to play that with her friends. And then what's the other one? Let's Talk Resident Evil. They were playing it the other day. I think they were playing on 1 player. But I think it's so that's a great. That's why I thought after I played, I was like, oh wait, Resistance is gonna be like Outbreak, but it's gonna be not loading for an hour. And I thought it's gonna be more fun than I thought it was going to be after playing Outbreak. So playing Outbreak made me think Resistance will be more fun, just because these multiplayer things they're just fun to play multiplayer games. Even sucky games like Umbrella Corps, I had fun playing it on multiplayer. Now I only did it one day for a couple hours and never again. And I think Resistance will have a longer life because everybody's getting the game. So originally, this is what my thought was. This is not what really happened. I'm sure somebody later will be like, pretend that they knew the whole time. Oh, I wasn't allowed to say, but here's the real story. But my guess, my thought was that they made this game Resistance. They thought, oh, this is going to be awesome. Everyone wants Outbreak, right? Oh, everyone's dying for Outbreak. Let's go better than Outbreak. Let's make this cooler one with enemies and whatever. And so they did that, and they released it to us, and everyone hated it, and they thought it sucked. And what Capcom saw was during their beta test or whatever, and their secret testing, was that people don't like it. And then they thought, well, we spent a lot of time on this, and they don't want it to be another Umbrella Corps, so let's just include it. That's my thought. Some people think that they were going to have this the whole time as part of Resident Evil 3, and they just wanted to throw us off. I think they were going to release this as its own game and got terrible feedback from it, and so they added it on. And the thing that I remember is the day we found out Resident Evil 3 came out, and Resistance was a part of that, not its own game, people were, like, relieved. They were like, oh, good, it's not its own game. And then people were, like, more into it. They were like, oh, if it's a bonus game, now I get it, that it's as long as it's not a full game kind of thing. So, and the developers of Resident Evil said, I can't remember if it was Kawada, I think it was, said the reason that basically Resident Evil 2 was longer than Resident Evil 3 because there were two characters, and each character had two different scenarios, even though we all know it was basically like one big scenario. And they said, well, Jill is just one person, so her game is shorter. And then people are like, oh, I heard Resident Evil 3 is going to be shorter. It's not. Like, it's less players. Like, it's one person's mission versus two people's missions who had 4 missions. So they said, oh, well, we want to have some more content above the main mission, so let's add this full game. That's what the developer said, why they added it to it. I'm not sure that necessarily that was their plan the whole time, but maybe it was. And then, there's also a lot of going on about these microtransactions. It's just every Resident Evil game, you can buy things. Resident Evil was talking about Resident Evil 4, you can, like, unlocking things with points and stuff. And so, I mean, Resistance has these boxes you can get, but I don't know, the in-game points is how you're going to get them. So I don't know where all this buying stuff, but that's actually one of the questions that I'm interested to find out. It will be what kind of add-on stuff will you be able to buy in Resident Evil 3? Because in Resident Evil 2, you could buy the deluxe edition costumes and stuff. I don't know if you could do it singularly. I think you could. And then later you could buy the unlockables. Like, I spent like 500 hours trying to get the S+ rank on all the scenarios to get the gun, and then as soon as I did that, they're like, oh, why don't you, you can buy it for $5. Like, come on, man. What's up with that? So that's another question I have. So we're only 2 weeks away. No, we're not. We're 2 weeks and 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks away. When the demo comes out, we'll be 2 weeks away. And yeah, just to recap, demo comes out on Thursday. Not sure what time. I would start looking around Wednesday at midnight, Wednesday at 3 a.m. Those are your two main Wednesday times, which technically would be Thursday at midnight and 3 a.m., but Wednesday overnight. It's not a one-shot demo. It's or timed demo. You can play as much as you want. Not sure if Nemesis exactly is going to be in it or not, but it looked like in the trailer he was in it. And so that kind of they're implying in the trailer he's in it, but maybe he's just in the cutscenes. I don't know. It looks like it's going to take place on the streets of Raccoon City, which is right the same area where we saw the media play. And they are adding a special little mini game, not merely a mini game, but a challenge where they're hiding 20 Mr. Bobbleheads around the area to collect them all. And we don't know if collecting them all will do any kind of bonus or not, or if, as they put it, like, impress your friends, I think was the words that they said. like brag to your friends that you've collected all 20. And so yeah, thanks for watching tonight. We tried to. I just wanted to cover some of those questions about the demo and try and think what else we could think about for questions for the game and stuff like that. Yeah, March 27th. If everybody gets Resistance, yeah, I'll definitely be playing that on March 27th. On Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we'll be playing the demo. We'll play it 1,000 times. We will, posting 1,000 videos. You want to find the Mr. Bobbleheads, there's going to be a video. We'll try to do cool things with the zombies and post stuff on social media with that. And yeah, especially with this lockdown thing, if everybody's at home, you're going to get... So what happened was, like, my family, like, people in my family or people, they'll go... Like, they'll go into their bedroom and they'll watch Netflix for, like, a month straight and they'll never move and they won't do anything. But now, all of a sudden, everyone's like, you got to stay in. Now they're like, it's been one day. It's like just that cabin fever just from the fact that it's there. Like, you would be fine with sitting in for 2 weeks. A lot of people would, like, it wouldn't really bother you. But now that you know it's there, it's like, ugh. But anyway, while you're stuck inside, follow all the rules. Just kind of hang out, do whatever. Don't be a D. And watch Where's Barry, watch Residents of Evil, watch Let's Talk Resident Evil, there's so many channels. There's infinite content out there. Start your own channel, Resident Evil stuff. And let's have fun playing Resident Evil 3 demo on Wednesday and Thursday. So thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. Follow me on social media. Talk to you later, evil dudes. And bye, Amanda.